angle between two straight lines. If we know the slopes of two straight lines which intersect each other, then it is also possible to find out the angle between the two straight lines. Suppose theta is the angle between two lines which have the slopes m1 and m2. The diagram for the same has been shown for your benefit. This is the line L1 and this is the line L2. L1 has slope m1 given by tan theta 1, L2 has slope m2 given by tan theta 2. Then the angle between the two, that is this angle, is given by tan of theta 2 minus theta 1, that is tan theta. It is given by the value, the absolute value, that is plus and minus of m2 minus m1 divided by 1 plus m1 m2. Why do we say absolute value? Because the actual value could be plus or minus depending upon which angle we are looking at. Right now I'm choosing to call theta, the acute angle between those two, as the angle of intersection. But you could also argue that instead of theta, it is actually this angle which is the angle of intersection of the two lines, and you would not be wrong because of that. But as much as possible, we try to keep the acute angle of intersection as the angle of intersection between the two straight lines. So therefore, plus and minus is used to account for both the situations. So then this formula brings us to the condition where the two lines are parallel or perpendicular. If the lines are parallel, then you could say that the angle between them is either 0 degrees or 180 degrees. In either case, tan is 0. Tan 0 degrees is 0, tan 180 degrees is also 0. So therefore that gives us m1 minus m2 divided by 1 plus m1 m2 as equal to 0. Solving which we get m1 is equal to m2. That is, the slope of the two lines which are parallel to each other are equal to each other. In a similar manner, if the two lines are perpendicular to each other, then m2 minus m1 divided by 1 plus m1 m2 equals tan of pi by 2, because the angles are perpendicular to each other. And when they are perpendicular, what happens? The formula for tan has a 0 in the denominator. That is, 1 plus m1 m2 will be equal to 0. And thus we get the condition for two lines with slopes m1 and m2 to be perpendicular as m1 m2 is equal to minus 1. That is, product of slopes of two lines which are perpendicular to each other is equal to minus 1.